Hello, and welcome to this week's online episode of Lower Cranium Growth, the Beard Factor. In this episode, I will demonstrate grooming and possibly even trimming the beard. I think the key to grooming, however, or combing the beard is quite simple, you see. But it's very, very important to obtain that, because it's very, very important to obtain that wonderful look of appeal. That way of that ego stroke, or should I say, look of distinction. Let me see if I can hit that distinction pole. Anyway, regardless of what's inside my head, yeah. So here's how I achieve this feat. First, you must have a good, strong, handy, multi-purpose brush, and I'll explain why later. You see, the brush is really the key and the only second to the beard itself. But if there is no beard, then there's no need for a brush, or at least one of its many purposes. That is, take for example, it will still work just fine when needed. At that spur of the moment to tighten up one of the little bad kids. You know what I mean? Those little misbehaving little kids that say, "Come here, boy. Come here, girl. I'll pop your little ice cream." You know that. So brushes are good. Multi-purpose, yeah? So here's the exact brush. Here's my brush, the brush that I've literally used for years. You see, I'm not one to collect brushes or anything else for that matter, but I will certainly hold on to what I have. And I'm not just talking about the modest material possessions that I have. Catch my drift, guys. I know you catch my drift. The brush, or better, the way or the technique to brush or groom your beard is the third and final point of this video. And you should never forget this. It is just as important as the other two. So we have the beard. Oops. We have the brush, and now you're going to learn the technique. So let me briefly reiterate. If you have no beard, then there's no need for a brush. And consequently, if you have a beard, you most certainly need a strong toothbrush. And from there, it's all magic. Now I'll demonstrate the magic of grooming. And as I do so, I will over-exaggerate the strokes, the brushing techniques in the demonstration to ensure that the point is well understood. Sorry about that. I had a momentary brain lapse. So stand back. Here it goes. I'll start by stroking down on either side of the face for a few strokes, while adjusting my hair. Yeah, that feels good. And readjusting my hair to make sure that I've caught all the cat whistles. Then I'll repeat the same process of strokes on the other side, yeah? Just like I'm doing. Intermittently, I will apply a few strokes straight down the middle, as I'm doing right here. Yeah. And returning this motion to either side of the sideburn connected beard of the beard factor, yeah? And fellas, please don't forget to stroke that ever important mustache. You know why? Because it has its own ego. You see what I'm talking about? The mustache has an ego. Can you say bicycle? Oops, can you say handlebar bicycle? You know the handlebar mustache, so you gotta touch up the mustache, yeah? Well, that about wraps things up for this week. And as always, your comments are spot on. I have never responded to a single comment where I have had to pull any punches. I am humbled by your honesty and all the comments, the emails, the tweets, the Instagram, etc. And I truly appreciate the candor and the straightforwardness in the exchange. I look to see you in the next episode. And by the way, in the previous episode, I would share I've stated that I would share some more insights of my talents. So that will certainly be the focus of the next episode. And as always, I will show you my growth, yeah? And demonstrate a few other no-cost techniques that will leave you walking tall as you head out the door for that ever important engagement that awaits. Take care and good afternoon. Goodbye. Oh, I think my phone is ringing. Oh, sorry. I'm out.